Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Sustainable Stace. I've been diving for pondweed in our backyard pond. I'm going to do something with it this year different than ever before. It's going to function as an allilopath in my greenhouse, which means it's going to be working as mulch. Let me show you what I'm going to do with it and what I think is going to be magical about an invasive pondweed ending up next to my tomatoes in the greenhouse.
I'm Stace Taves. For me, healthy food and sustainability are totally connected. You can grow it yourself. Nature is generous.
Welcome into the grow house, everyone. We are here with some tomatoes that we're going to give some love. I've got them trellising off from the ceiling with tomato clips around them, and they are set. They've got some organic fertilizer on them. You can check my videos for the recipe for that. It's very simple to make your own organic fertilizer. You can also see the video on how I'm trellising them up to the ceiling so that I have good support and no big pulls or anything heavy or unwieldy, just some simple clips off some garden twine. But the focus, of course, is mulching. So I've got in the foreground here a big wheelbarrow full of the pondweed and a bale of straw. I'm always finding whenever I mulch, whenever I twin up 2 ingredients as the mulch, it's way more effective than one on its own, which is exactly what we're going to do today. Well, let's get the camera in close and just give these guys some love and see what it looks like. Here we go. One of the things you may already know with tomatoes is you don't want their leaves or branches to touch the ground, so I'm not going to make this about tomatoes. I'm making it about mulching, but before I get going on this, I just need to make sure that my bottom branches aren't going to be touching the soil. So there are drip lines in here already every 30 centimeters or 12 inches. I've got water coming down, so I always purposely space my plants in increments that give them room to grow and also place them so the root system isn't having to work for anything to get moisture. But the magic of mulch, here we go. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Why do we mulch? When I think of mulching, it's always for 3 reasons: soil, weeds, and water. First of all, it's always about soil, right? You can't grow great food without great soil. So when I put down layers of mulch, I'm protecting the soil and trying to build or nurture it at the same time. So soil's number 1. That's the main reason. I believe the pondweed is actually going to inject a whole pile of great nutrition as it biodegrades into the soil. Then weeds. Trying to control weeds, because I always joke, no one got into gardening because they really wanted to weed. We got into gardening because we wanted to grow great food and we love having our fingers in the soil. So the more we can cover the soil and protect it so it's calm and relaxed, it doesn't feel freaked out in any way, the more likely it's going to be that it won't grow weeds, but when it tries to, the mulch is going to blanket and suppress them so that all the nourishment in the soil goes to the plants you want to grow rather than the weeds you don't want to grow, and then you don't have anything to pull because you've already cut it off before it could even start. And then water. With a good layer of mulch, you need way less water, and with drip irrigation, you're targeting water right to the root system of the plant you're growing, so you're not dealing with watering anything you don't want to grow, only the things you do. So mulching for soil, for weeds, and for water. Let's get into it. As the water that was in this wet pondweed evaporates and dries up, it'll be a lot less bulky and it'll decrease in weight and size. I let it sit beside the pond for a few days from when I was swimming and diving for weeds until now, so that it's already dried out a lot because I didn't want to haul all the moisture around in the wheelbarrow. But look at how beautifully this packs in around everything. How is moisture going to have a chance to escape from this? So we get that in there. Nice thick layer of it. And it's so easy to work with, right? Just put it anywhere you want it. Get a bit more. I'm using so much of it too. This is going to be great. This wheelbarrow is going to go fast. So I'd say that we've put that concept of allilopath to good use today. We've kind of done some gardening jujitsu. We've taken what's meant for harm, that invasive pondweed, and we've used its power and its inertia against us for our good and put it into the gardening bed here in the greenhouse. And now it's this double layer of pondweed and straw, and our tomatoes are like snug like little swaddled babies in the greenhouse. They are so comfy. Moisture, soil, weeds have all been addressed. We did it. Thanks for joining.